This talk is going to be about how to try and create an environment for ideas that makes it possible for creatives to be their very, very best. And my name is Anna Qvennerstedt, or Anna Qvennerstedt, as Rob Riley said yesterday when he introduced me onto the stage of the One Show. But I guess after 30 minutes here, you can choose your preferred pronunciation. I am a copywriter. I've been a copywriter for 22 years. And I'm also the creative chairman of Forsman Bodenfors. I don't know how much you know about the agency, if you're familiar with the work we do. So I put together a short medley just to give you an idea of some of the recent work that we've done. The agency turns 30 years old this year. And I would say that we have been ranked high in the international rankings for maybe 10 or 15 years now. The agency is no longer a local agency. It is, we do global work for clients like Volvo Trucks, Volvo Cars, IKEA, H&M, Procter & Gamble. So, firstly, I want to warn you that I take things very seriously. This is not going to be funny, because to me, what we do every day, what I have been doing for the past 22 years, is very, very important. I mean, the influence that this industry can have on values in society, on the impact that we bring to clients, the way we create popular culture by what we do, to me, makes us very, very important. And as an industry, I feel that we have never had more power than we do today. So that is something I feel very strongly. And before I talk about Forsman and Bodenfors, I would also like to say that I know that everyone, in this industry, we have the same ambition. We want to do great work, and everyone is trying really hard to do that. And as agencies, we are always looking for the best talent that can help us do that, right? And it's about talent, and it's about really hard work. But I don't have to go much further than to myself to realize that I cannot do great work unless I am in an environment that allows me to. If I'm in a place where people listen to me, where I have some real influence, where people trust me, then I can put my talent to use. My intuition, my touch, my madness. But if I'm in an environment where I'm not trusted, where I don't get that space, then I do shitty work. The same person in two different environments can be two different, totally different creatives. And I think that this goes for quite a lot of us, We need to feel secure in order to do great work. And that is why I think that agencies and everyone who is running a creative company need to think about how can we create that secure environment that makes people able to take those leaps, to be bold and daring. And this is what this is going to be about. So, the way we do it at my agency can be translated into one word, really, and that is responsibility. We give full responsibility to all creatives. Everyone is in charge of their own client, their own brief. And this is what we don't have. We don't have a formal hierarchy within the creative department. We don't have the chief creative officer, the executive creative director, the creative director. We just have creatives, copywriters and art directors, and they work alongside on their different projects. Now, this group of people can be, of course, of very different kind. I mean, we have people that have been in the agency for 27 years, and they are super experienced and have won tons of lions and pencils, and they may have a higher salary. And then we have the junior creatives that maybe work on smaller accounts or on a specific brief within a bigger account. But no one decides over anyone. Everyone is in charge of their own work. And if this is like the traditional agency model, we have at the top, we have the most brilliant, experienced person as the chief creative officer, and then we have executive creative directors, etc. Though the people at the top spend quite a little time coming up with ideas, right? The thing that they are known to do very well, they don't do that much. They review things that people at the bottom, the creatives, are doing. And I know that this model, I mean, it has been working so well for decades. I mean, it hasn't changed for decades. And it's working, I know, very well for many. But for us, we've noticed that it's better upside down. At the top of our organization, we have the teams that work with their clients, and they run their own business pretty much as if they were small enterprises, you know. And the teams consist of, well, a creative team of 2 people, an account director, a planner sometimes, and it's a group of 3, 4, 5 people. And below in the organization will be all the supporting functions, like designers or social media strategists or music supervisors or finance. And in the very bottom is our CEO. And me, I guess, in my capacity of chairman. And no one really calls for us unless there is a huge problem somewhere, because in the day-to-day business, everything takes care of itself. There is no management needed, right? So the whole organization it doesn't need much management at all. And in what we have with the creative teams up there, they do the whole thing. They pick up the brief. They do the planning, the research, the strategy. They come up with the concept, the ideas. They present to the client. They produce. They do it all. The only boss in our agency is the actual task. Because I think, and this is in my own experience, that the work that is really groundbreaking, the work that truly, takes people off guard, changes people, is work that has come out of an honest-to-God ambition to do something for real, to solve a real problem, to change something for real. It has not come out of an ambition to win a pencil or a lion. And I think that if we can have creative people focus like 100% on the problem they have before them and how to solve it and what to do, like they were nerding down like scientists, If anything is possible, if we can do anything, what would be the best solution to really change this? And to me, Droga 5 was such a huge inspiration, and the way they already from the beginning did campaigns that there was so much about solving problems, and that was so inspirational for me, like the campaign, the Big Schlep campaign, for example. The way it truly came out of that ambition, and it worked, and it was groundbreaking. And I can tell you, I know that many people think that it's weird that with the Volvo trucks, I know we did the Van Damme spot with the epic split. Before that happened, the team spent, I think, maybe 2 years in some kind of strategic discussion. And it was way too long. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. It's too long. You shouldn't be talking strategy for 2 years. It's not a recommendation, but at least it was a group of people that truly wanted to find the right solution for the problem. And the solution was the live test series and ultimately the Van Damme spot. And it turned out to be the most awarded thing that we have done in our agency ever. And I am confident that that wouldn't have happened if the ambition had been more like winning an award. So we try to create an environment where people feel safe and secure rather than afraid of losing their job. Now in Sweden, you can't fire people. So they feel pretty secure to start with. But I think that it's important that if you don't need the prestige, you don't need to prove yourself all the time, you can relax in the environment. That will make you a bolder creative. And also, we don't compete within the agency. I mean, we don't run teams against each other because we believe in collaboration. Before that, it's like in the conversation that the great things happen. And I will tell you a little about that, because that is what everyone wants to know. I mean, how does it work in reality? How can you make sure that the work is good enough if you don't have a creative director? Who is filtering the work? And this is a question, a very relevant question, and it has several answers really, because it's important to know that the team is responsible. I mean, it's the team that decides. And as I said, the team is a small team. I don't think these are a lot of people, but our teams are smaller, and I don't think it would have worked if the team was 18 people. It would be hard to decide on something, right? But we are 3, 4, 5 people, and I find that people manage to decide. We never have, very rarely, have breakdowns in the teams, and people work on it until they agree on something, and we don't need the one person to say what is the best idea. But then, which is important, what we expect everyone to do is to share their work with other people in the agency, and that is something that you have to do. And this is probably someone more showing like a narrative for a presentation and trying that on some people. But we do that in every phase of the process, really. I mean, even on a strategic level, maybe you're thinking of different routes. Well, bring some people in a room. It doesn't have to be this many. It would be impossible. But if you could take 2 people in a room and say, this is what we're working on now, we're thinking of these different routes, what do you think? And then we do that again with concepts, ideas, scripts. I can write a script and then send it off to 5 other copywriters and get their opinion on it. And we do that with offline edits, and all the directors we work with regularly, they know that they need an extra day or 2 in the schedule so that we can show the offline edit to everyone and get the opinions, and they hate it. But that's how we do it. But I think that this goes for everyone in the agency. So even if you're worked for 28 years, you do this. Or if you're a junior. And I think that for junior people, it's a great thing to have the access to that kind of experience. To know that I can get help from people who have worked 20 years longer than me. But also, and I count myself as a senior, it is great to have the opportunity to show ideas to people in their 20s and to know how they feel about it. So it's useful for both. And it also makes people, they learn how to talk about ideas, how to argument for their ideas, which is, I think, very useful. And you know that if I can't really, I mean, when I came to the agency, I felt this was awkward, and I wanted to prove myself, to be clever and smart. And just putting out work in progress ideas that wasn't even that good to people that I admire was intimidating in a way. But when I managed to put away the prestige and realize that no one is going to judge me because I have bad ideas, because everyone has bad ideas all the time. It's a part of the process. That's what we do. We come up with bad ideas and we navigate around them until we get a good one. So no one is going to think that I'm bad at what I do. And once I could relax in that, I see the beauty, because I have the whole agency behind me. And if something is very successful, everyone will take pride in it. I mean, they won't take the credit. It's still me that's going to accept the award. But they will take pride in it because they've been involved. And that, as a consequence, we love to hire people that are sort of, Swiss Army knife people that are of course talented and have the great portfolio and everything, but that also like to take the responsibility, that want to step up in front of the client and talk about what they've done, or want to learn how to do that, at least, because you don't from the start. And basically, the ideal person for us is someone who is a bit of an entrepreneur, because they will be running their own business. And another thing with account people and creatives, they're like on one side of the very different people, but we find that the account directors that have a passion for doing creative work and that have opinions about creative work and that can contribute in the creative process are the best account people for us, as well as the creatives that take an interest in the client's actual problem and that are strategic creative people. So we see that it's the best thing is when we have a bit of both on each side. And the idea behind this, of course, is that if it works, it makes people 125% of themselves, like a better person than they would be in another environment. And I've seen it so many times. I've seen junior people produce great work for big clients that I'm starting to think that anyone can leave the agency. No one individual is that important. I mean, they are great and they are talented and fantastic, and I appreciate every one of them, but I mean, you could take out the most important person and it wouldn't change the system. It would still work. Talking about the environment again, I think these are some pictures from the office. I think also it's important to have a nice environment. And we try to be nice. We're nice about, having to pick up your kid after school and go a bit early. There's no one staying in the office just to impress someone, at least. Because we know that people, they are so dedicated to what they do. They own their projects. I mean, it's up to them, and they are going to do what it takes. If there is a big presentation, they are going to be there. And they are going to pick up their computer when they come home and when their kid have gone to sleep and keep working from home. So I think it's important to also be humanistic about the way you treat people. And for Forsman Bodenfors, it's like this balance between the humanistic side, which is definitely there, and also the elitistic side, which is definitely there, because everyone wants to be best. So you couldn't really have one without the other. We have in the agency around 60 creatives, 40 clients, and we produce around 200 campaigns a year. And when you think of it, knowing that like in the Volvo Trucks team, for example, they are only 4 creative people all together, doing everything. So it is like a very lean machine. It's a lot of work. Everyone gets to produce work all the time. You can't really have a year where nothing is published. And I thought, I'm running towards the end of this, and I thought I'd show you some of the most recent work we've done. I guess I feel I have to, because just these theories are not much worth, I guess, if it doesn't also end up in some kind of ideas that we like. So I'm going to show you 3 different things. And I'm not going to talk a lot about it. I'm not going to bore you with any case studies here. I will start with H&M. And this is the first project we did for H&M. It is a global campaign. It has been, what should I say, a beautiful challenge to try and get some humanity and diversity into a fashion world. And all the people in this film that you're going to see are actually, no one is a model, which is unusual for H&M. These are people that all represent themselves.
Wear brown shoes after 6. Wear a hat indoors. Wear a short skirt after 40. Wear a short skirt if you're a man. Try too hard. Don't try it all. Dress like a girl. Dress like a man. Dress like a teen. Stand out. Blend in. Mix prints. Mix pink and red. Show your panty line. Go commando. Cover up. Show it all. Be trashy. Be neat. Wear pink. Wear blue. Wear yellow if you're blonde. Wear red if you're a redhead. Wear socks and sandals. Look fake. Look chic. Look shake. Be a princess. Be boring. Take a stand. Be uniform. Be liberated. Be old. Be new. There are no rules in fashion, but one. Recycle your clothes.
And I'm going to show you also the latest piece we've done for Volvo Trucks, a campaign that won a gold pencil last night. So we're very happy about that.
I'm going to walk up, then I stop there, then I drive it. Left and right, back and forward.
press people button. Nobody chat on face no way. Like only have 22 in a me son. Then I feel so forget the next thousand fool. Press chat on face no Then I feel so forget the next thousand fool. Anytime you're ready, put now we see start war. See who knows this when they don't get on this time. It's the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. Here with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. The style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A room boy no play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A room boy no play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy.
Yeah. So the last thing I'm going to show you is a campaign we've done for a Chinese skincare brand called SK2. It's a Procter & Gamble brand in China, and they have worked with the tagline "Change Destiny" for a long time, which is well known in China, and referring to the skin destiny, like how do you change that? Now they wanted to make it into a wider interpretation. So, and this is, I think that this case pretty much sums it up in a good way, because this is an example of, this is a pretty junior team that has done this thing. 4 people, 4 women actually, who have, they are all pretty young, and they have done this from the very start to the end without any direction.
不是小孩子了，
把自己嫁出去，
第一天不结婚，父亲就不死。
不要任性。
可怜天下父母心啊！
挑来挑去的。
哪个不合适？
到个女人就应该结婚。
说你现在已经是剩女了。
剩女这个词给人的感觉就是剩下来的女人。给我的感觉就是说，其实好像25岁以后还不结婚就是剩女了。
可能会被别人说，或者被家人催，或者有些社会的压力吧。所以过年回家是压力最大的，因为全部人都会在问你，你都多大了，还没结婚呢？
你年龄也不小啦。
他们就可能觉得，就是在中国这个社会，就是一定要结婚，那才是一个完整的女人。
你还在城外的感觉。
以前拉着对象，那就人家已经结婚了。
我个人认为，我不太喜欢人民广场的相亲角，然后可能都是父母，然后拿了一个女儿或者儿子的介绍，然后放在那边。
收入啊，工作是什么样子的？有没有房子？有没有车子？
挂个招商启事给卖出去是那种。中华儿女嘛，就是孝为当先，因为他反正就不结婚，肯定是就是不孝的一种。
以前我总认为我的女儿肯定性格好嘛，人也不是长得太漂亮，一般嘛，所以到现在还是生下来了。渴望真爱，对我还是很渴望爱情的。
赶快把它解决好了算了，你不要太残忍了，对吗？
也许想要放弃找个自己喜欢的、适合的也挺好。
你说要真正找不着，也是我们老两口一个心病。
可能这方面我比较自私，我想跟他说对不起。然后我希望我这样的一个状态非常能够得到父母的认可。
我就算一个人，就是幸福、快乐、自信的，然后好好过。
后来想开了，就是我说剩女，那我工作强了，现在有女强人嘛，这么一说的话，
直到等到那个对的人，妈妈永远支持你。
对于自己生活这件事，我是很开心的，然后很自由，我也享受一个人的状态。
我女儿很美，剩女很光荣啊。
独立人也应该活得很精彩的，这就是我想。
他如果觉得单身的也蛮好，我们还是会尊重他的。
是优秀的女孩啊，盛兰要努力呀。
自信，独立，热爱生活，不错的一位女性。